Hey, Nicole here, and today I want to talk about how you too can give back to your community. It was about 2007, and I had been a member of a high-end mastermind coaching program for about a year when I finally decided that I just might then, at that point in 2007, be able to have a little bit of information to be able to give back to the community. Back in those days, we did not have Facebook groups where people would post questions and leave, and then everyone would interact and have comments. We had what are called forums, and those of you that have been around for a while, you know what a forum is. And so people would post questions in the forums, and then people would answer those questions. And I would be reading all of those answers that people would be giving, and I would be like, well, I knew that. I could have answered that. I could have given that advice, or even sometimes that advice is wrong. That's not correct. And I had been a member for about a year, and even though I had already had huge success, I had already built my own e-commerce business from scratch without basically any help, just from the course that I bought. And even though I had been a member of the community for a year, and I attended 4 different live events already, or 3 different live events, I felt kind of intimidated. I felt that I wasn't able to contribute, or I wasn't able to give back. And then after about a year, the membership program, they had another launch, so we had a new group of people, of new people that had finally come in. And I began to think, well, I could probably help these new people. I could probably answer a few of the new people's questions. I'm not definitely anywhere where these gurus are, but I could definitely help the new people, the people that are coming in, that are just getting started. I can answer their questions. So I began to contribute to the community. No one asked me to. I wasn't a paid moderator. I wasn't on faculty, but I began to contribute by answering questions. Well, as I began to participate and answer questions, people began to interact with me. I began to get some credibility and authority, and then people started to actually ask me questions specifically. And after a while, the people in charge of the membership group asked if I would teach a webinar about the things that I was doing in my business. And that was when things really began to change for me. It was when I put together this webinar where I simply wanted to give back to the community, wanted to help other people, and I basically taught everything that I was doing. I didn't hold back anything. I didn't hold back any secrets for myself. I didn't try to sell a program. I just put together a simple webinar that just explained from A to Z how they too could do it in their business. And then a funny thing happened. And this is great if you're a course creator, or if you're trying to launch a program for yourself. This always happens for any type of business. I put together this webinar. People would be on the webinar. They would be listening to what I was saying, and literally, as soon as I would turn off the webinar and close it out, I don't know how they did it, but they must have Googled me or something, my phone would ring. And there would be someone on the other end of the line that would say, Nicole, is this Nicole? Are you really Nicole? I just called your business phone number and you're answering. And I was just on your webinar and I just learned everything that you were teaching. But that is just like way too much work, and I don't want to do all that work. Can I just hire you to do that for me? And I was like, absolutely. And one of the other things they taught us in the high-end coaching program was that you shouldn't leave what they called money on the table. Now, I mean, I don't believe that today. I believe you should actually leave money on the table. But back then they said, whatever opportunities you have, don't leave money on the table, and take up those opportunities and say yes and get the sale, and then you'll figure out how to do it later. So that's what I did. I said, absolutely, we'll help you to do that. Not really knowing how I was gonna do it, not really knowing if I had the team to do it, but that's what I decided to do. So we went forward with that, and that's basically how Start Ranking Now launched. It started with me first giving back to the community. And that's my challenge for you today. You may think that you don't have enough knowledge, or you don't have enough information to teach like the gurus teach, or to teach a course, but you're at least one step further than the person right behind you. And you can look for those people, and you can help those people, and you can bring them with you, and you can bring them along so that you can also help them, not only help them, but that in turn is also going to help you to be viewed as an expert, because you are, and be able to help you to also grow your business as well. That's what I have for you today.